Hello, welcome. It is very dark here today. It's very strange. It's very dark, but hopefully it's bright enough on the video. I've turned my lights on. And yeah, I hope you're doing okay wherever you are on Gaia. Sending you lots of love. And we're going to go into the messages. I do a little chat at the end, just general chit chat if you want to hang around for that. Just me chatting about life. Sometimes I might bring up a spiritual topic. We'll see. I don't really plan what I'm going to say very much. Okay, let's go into the messages then. Let's go into Spirit. Let's see what message Spirit has got for us for Friday, or whenever you watch this video. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you've got the Queen of Wands. You're ambitious at the moment. This is you being ambitious or creative. So you're either creating something or you're feeling more ambitious than normal. You also got very attractive energy at the moment, I want to say. You could be having people attracted to you or interested in you for different reasons. Mainly because you're giving off a cool energy. You really are giving off a really cool energy here. It doesn't matter what gender you are. Queen of Wands is just a really... It's a fun energy, but it's quite focused, you know, and it's creative. Be careful you don't work too hard. I don't know if that applies to everybody here in this soul family, because we're quite a unique bunch, but some of you, with this energy, you have to be a bit careful you're not working too hard, or, you know, Jesus, it doesn't have to be to do with career, does it? The wands do tend to be to do with creating, anything to do with creating. Just make sure you're sort of like looking after yourself. Don't go too crazy, because Queen of Wands can go a bit nuts, because she's so ambitious and wants to make something happen. She's really focused on her goal, you know, so maybe you just need to pace yourself, yeah. Slow it down a little bit maybe, or just enjoy it anyway. Enjoy it, that's the main thing. Enjoy creating whatever you're creating in your life at the moment, and you are. And like I said, you could be attracting somebody, or different people could be interested in you because of your sort of magnetic energy, so it's lovely. You've got here the Nine of Wands, which is a bit of a it's not the best card, but it's not a bad card. It's just saying that you're persevering. There's something you've got to persevere at. It's that the reward is not coming literally overnight. You're having to put in some work, yeah? But the thing is, you're determined. Whatever you're creating, you are freaking determined, and you're not just gonna like give up. You're just gonna keep going. And what the tarot is saying, I mean, this is the good thing about the Nine of Wands, is that you put the work in, you will get the results. It's a 9. Yeah, you're not far off achieving what you want to achieve, and you're just going to keep going with it, really. One other thing about this card, your defences could be a little bit up at the moment. You might be feeling a bit defensive, like you don't want to give yourself away like you have done in the past. So you're being a little bit guarded, but you're positive. You're definitely positive. You're not defeatist. You're not looking on the negative. You're definitely looking on the positive. You're definitely going to persevere with things. You know you've got what it takes to make this happen. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look at your person then. Let's see what your person's doing. What are they up to at the moment? This could be anybody in your life. Let's see what they're up to. Tarot. Right, there we go. Ooh. Your person's had this last week. They had this card. It could be a different person, but it could be the same person that we were dealing with last week. They were quite depressed, to say the least. I'd say this person's been very depressed. They were on a bit of a slippery slope, weren't doing very well, and you could have been really quite worried about them. it sort of like was hard to reach them. It was hard to get through to them. They couldn't hear you. They were ignoring what you were trying to offer, or what spirit was trying to offer them. They were really like ignoring it because they were in a bad mental state. They could have been grieving. They could have had mental health problems. They could have just literally been on a downward spiral. And the good news is, you know, Spirit has been offering them some good things, yeah? And the road going forward is actually better now. So your person has turned a corner, and that's come up a lot in readings. I kind of feel like we're talking about the same person, or you could have a couple of people in your life that are kind of in this energy, you know? But the good news is your person's turned a corner, and things are going to be a bit smoother for them going forward. It's excellent news because they've even got the Hierophant, which is Spirit, our source creator energy, guiding them forth. Yeah, so there's a higher power of some kind guiding your person forward at this time. So that is why you're going to be seeing some good things happening, or even just little improvements are happening, because there's a higher power there kind of supporting them at this time. So that's interesting, isn't it? Right, let's see what your person's thinking. I'm going to use this deck. I'm using the same decks all week. I do enjoy it because I feel like I can get into the deck. Don't know why, just feel like I can get into it when I'm using the same deck all week. Okay, your person then. Ooh, right. You've got 3 cards. We need to let each other go. I replay our conversations over and over. And you were the best thing in my life. Right, so this doesn't have to be an ending with your person, but what I would say is there's definitely an energy of, you know, moving away from codependency, yeah? And that's a big thing for our soul family the last year. We've all been moving away from codependency. You know, we've all had issues with sort of relying on people because of our insecurities or problems, yeah? Me, I'm being honest, I had a lot of problems. And when you've got a lot of problems, you want to rely on someone, you know, because you're frightened, you know, you're freaking out. But there's definitely an energy here for your person where they now know, you know, they can't rely on you as much, or they need to be independent, vice versa. I think you're mirroring the same energy. I think, you know, it's kind of, you've got to loosen the grip a bit and let each other explore and let each other trial and error. You know, you're still there for each other. You're still there for each other, but it's not as intense as it was previously, where it would have been a very intense connection, and in some ways just too intense, right? So this connection is kind of like loosening up a bit, which is a good thing, you know. And but your person does think a lot about stuff you've said to them. They value stuff that you've said to them. Your person also does value you and realise what an important sort of part you play in their life. Very important. So don't feel like, if this connection's a little bit more, I don't know what the word is really, calm, might, for some of you it might be a bit more distant, or it just might be a bit more calm as a connection now, a bit more chilled out. Yeah, don't take it personally at all, because you do still value each other. I mean, for some of you there may be distance in this relationship at the moment, but I think it's a temporary thing. I think your person's had issues, and they've needed to address those issues, and now Spirit, a higher power, is guiding them forth. But they do still think about you a lot. They do value you a lot. So it's good in that sense. Let's have a look at the angelic. It's the angel relationship message. Ooh, that card just wanted to come out straight away. Triangle. Ooh. Ooh. We don't really do love readings as such on this channel at the moment. Sometimes I do a relationship one. I have been thinking about bringing the relationship reading back. And it can be on any relationship. I do always stress that. It doesn't have to be a love relationship. But yeah, if you're interested in a relationship reading again, let me know. Because I did have a good, I have got a good layout for a relationship reading. But I was trying not to do them as much because I was trying to focus on working on myself rather than looking at relationships. But don't know what you guys think. But anyway, going back to this triangle, some of you could be in a love triangle or dealing with some sort of third party situation, or a situation where there's 3 different people involved. It's, it might not even be love, it could be friendship, any type of situation to do with people that where there's 3 people involved and you've got to somehow figure it out and make it work or sort the situation out. It says here, evaluate your emotions for a firm decision. So it's really about you reflecting on your feelings and deciding what's right for you, how you want to play it out. How do you want to play this situation out? Because there's obviously some kind of situation between you and someone else that could involve a third party or another person. It doesn't have to be a love triangle, but it's just a situation where there's more than one person or group of people involved, because it could even be a group of people, and you're trying to figure out, how do I deal with this? How do I kind of like please everyone? But then equally, angels are saying to you, you've got to think of yourself in the situation and make sure you're meeting your emotions and do what's right for you. Okay, so let's have a look at the angel dreams cards for another angel message. Another angel message then. What are the angels saying for Friday? Oh, lovely. Violet. Because we've had a lot of green energy out of this deck the last week for the heart chakra. But this is purple. To go with my purple nails and my purple headband. Oh dear, having purple day. Yeah. So Violet, spirituality, wisdom and humility. Very nice. The angels are really working on you spiritually. I feel like they're detoxing your energy at the moment so that your chakras all align and your third eye opens. You're feeling more spiritually connected, aren't you? Because you're more at peace. So you're noticing that you're more spiritually connected. Your loved ones in spirit are closer to you. Your spirit guides, feeling closer to source, our creator. And your higher self, So the angels are saying that as you move towards the end of the week, you're going to be feeling very spiritually centered, and that's going to make your vibration higher. And when your vibration's higher, who knows? Anything is possible. Let's have a look at the power animal deck. We're going to ask our spirit guides to come close and just give us a message, what they're helping us with at the moment. Oh. Dove. Now that's interesting. Slow down, pause and breathe. More lilac. There's more lilac in that card. So there's definitely something about the colour lilac or violet or purple. Definitely something about the third eye chakra opening up. Maybe you're seeing things that you didn't used to be able to see. Maybe now you're more grounded in yourself and you know yourself better, because that's the journey we've been on as a soul family, is really getting to know ourselves better and be more authentically ourselves. you know, maybe now you know yourself better, you're able to open your third eye and see things that you couldn't see before, face things that you couldn't face before, you know. You're more grounded to be able to do that now. And Spirit is saying about us needing to slow down a little bit. I mean, I've been going crazy, haven't I? Because I've been off the channel for a year with my mental health, and now I'm back on every single day. But I have to say, I am pacing it. Because I'm not doing all the zodiac readings anymore, because that was draining me out doing this. I like doing the zodiac readings, but it was draining me out. So there's something you're tweaking, and Spirit is helping you to tweak this situation and make things a bit more manageable, you know. What are you slowing down? What are you pausing with? What are you taking a breath with? Because this energy, this energy at the moment is like fully charged, you know, storming ahead, persevering, ambitious, creative, making things happen. You know, you just need to pace yourself, and you're probably realising that. You probably don't even need me to tell you. You're probably like, yeah, Kerry, I already am pacing myself, because I realised I'm in this for the long haul. Like, whatever we're working on as a soul family now, we're in it for the long haul, because we've broken down a lot of our ego, we've broken down a lot of the false self, and we know now who we are. And once you know who you are, you're going to be creating things that are totally in alignment. So these are things that you're going to be in for the long haul. So there's no rush, there's no pressure, you know. You can take as long as you freaking want, because whatever you're creating now is so in alignment with you. You've got the rest of your life to do it. And how brilliant is that? Right, let's have a look at your talking to heaven. So your loved one in spirit, let's see what they're saying. Loved one in spirit, please come forward and just let us know what we need to know right now. We love you. We love you. Hey. Oh, this is so nice. This is so nice. I watch over you every day. So that's confirmation that your loved one in spirit is watching over you every single day. It's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing what they're doing for us. And the veil is so thin, and sometimes we can feel them. Sometimes we just know they're there, and we have the most amazing moments where we feel their presence. And it's, you know, it's brilliant when that happens. But they're there all the time, even on the days where you can't feel it as much. But I don't know. I kind of think that you are. I kind of think as a soul family, we are sensing our loved ones in spirit much more, because we've got this card about spiritual connection. And I'm sure doves represent spirit as well. So it's a very nice reading to be close to our loved ones in spirit. We are creating as a soul family at the moment. We're just going for it. We're freaking going for it, and nothing's going to stand in our way. And we're giving off quite an attractive energy, you know. So you could be attracting opportunities, different people could be interested in you for different things, you know. You're persevering, you're going to make things happen. Even if you feel a bit tired sometimes or a little bit disheartened, you're going to get to the finish line. You're going to be successful. Your person has come out of a very slippery slope, and the higher power is lifting them forward into the right alignment, the right energy. So there's a lot improving for your person at the moment. And I want to say, in these cards I can see, it would have been very hard to get through to your person. So if you couldn't get through to them, you know, in the past, don't blame yourself, because I don't think anyone would have been able to get through to them at that point. They do think about you and they value you, even if your grip on each other is a bit looser than it used to be. Yeah, they value you, they think about you, you're important to them. They think about the things that you've talked about. Yeah. Now your angels are helping you with a triangle situation. Could be a love triangle, or it could be that there's just a situation where there's 3 groups of people or 3 situations where you've got to somehow figure out, how do I make this work? How do I make it work for myself? Because you can't just go around pleasing everybody else. You've got to make sure you're comfortable with it as well. Your third eye is opening up. You're becoming more and more spiritually connected. You're a lot more wise as well. You've got more wisdom than you used to have. You're able to see more clearly than what you used to be able to see. You can admit things to yourself more readily. It's not easy to admit things to ourselves when we're struggling mentally, or, you know, we're vulnerable. But now we're in a good place as a soul family to see things as they really are. And that lifts our vibration because we can be more accepting. And we're slowing down. We're pacing ourselves. We're looking after ourselves as a soul family. I will say that we are not the sort of soul family that just go out into the matrix and just gun it all the time. No. If you do that, then you're not part of this soul family. We're the type of soul family where we might have our mad, crazy moments doing stuff, but we like to come back into ourselves, come back into spirit and just chill. You know, I know I'm me, I'm a homebody, I'm at home all the time, that's it. And your loved one in spirit is watching over you. They're watching over you every single day, so don't ever doubt that, because they're there, right there with you, watching over you every single day. Their energy's right there. So that's the message. How lovely. I've got my Dracula cup today. I haven't shown you my mugs this week, have I? What am I doing today? I'm going to go to the shops, I think, and I'm going to go and get some bits for my daughter and also my mum. She needs some new slippers, bless her. So I'm going to try and pick her some up for those. I forgot about that, actually. And then I'm going to record another video because I realised I don't want to run out of time to get I need to get this is the Friday one. I've got to get the weekend one up and then ready for Monday. Well, I'm out of practice. You think I haven't done this for a year and I keep forgetting. You have to do it so far ahead. Make sure all your videos are covered because I don't want to miss a day. Now I'm in creative mode, you know what I mean? It's nice because it's natural. Whereas before, like a year ago, I used to be like, oh, I've got to do it. Whereas now I'm just like, I want to. It's so good. It's brilliant, isn't it? When your mental health gets better and you actually do feel creative, like genuinely, and you just naturally feel creative. Like, it's just the best feeling. I'm so happy. And it was funny because it just went away for so long with my depression. My depression was so freaking bad the last year. I don't know if it was about a year and a half. It was really, really the pits. And I just didn't feel creative at all. Couldn't connect with anything at all. And that happened to me when I first moved here 6 years ago, when me and my husband split up. And I laid on that sofa for 6 months and barely moved. And I couldn't connect with my tarot cards or anything. And the same thing happened to me last year. Happened again. And I just couldn't connect with my tarot cards, didn't pick them up. You know, and you kind of start wondering, God, when's it going to come back? It was freaky, do you know what I mean? It messes with your head at the time, doesn't it? Because you sort of think, am I ever going to get my interest back? Am I ever going to... And then boom, one day, I just said to Spirit, I know you'll show me when to sort of start creating again. I didn't even know if I'd come back on the channel, honestly. Like, I just didn't know what I was going to do because I felt so empty, like the depression. But that's it. About 3 weeks ago, Spirit showed me. It was just like, Kerry, you're gonna start creating again. It just came. It's brilliant. So if you're depressed at the moment and you're not creating much, or you're not doing the things you normally do, just ride it out. That's the best advice I can give you, to ride it out, because you're just in recovery mode. That's all it is. You're just literally in recovery, and you'll just patiently just be patient, because what Spirit's doing, Spirit's detoxifying you of your ego and pain body, yeah? And it's karmic. So you've got to let Spirit do its job. And sometimes that means doing nothing for quite a long period of time. Get help, obviously. got to get yourself help, like I did. Do you know what I mean? But just ride it out and be patient, because as soon as Spirit's finished doing what it's doing with you, you know, because Spirit's detoxifying you of pain body and karma. And then once Spirit's finished doing its job, Spirit will say to you, right, now it's time. You can get back involved in your interests again. You can get creating again, or whatever it is you do. And then boom. It's amazing. It's totally amazing. But yeah, I feel better because I had a rest last night. I felt really tired last night because finding out my autism diagnosis yesterday was pretty... It did put quite a lot of stress on my body, you know, because I could feel my stomach just cramped right up when she told me the outcome of the assessment. Like, I had a proper cramp come, and then all my back was aching all the rest of the day. But I think it's just energetic, isn't it? The energy of truth is phenomenal. And I just rested last night. It was brilliant. I was so lucky. I could just rest last night, and I do feel more energized today, so it's good. But I'm sending you lots of love wherever you are on Gaia, and I'll be back on. I'll be doing videos every day. The next one's going to be the weekend reading, which is always quite fun. See what pops up for the weekend. And I'm sending you lots of love wherever you are on Gaia. So I'll see you soon. Peace.